Here, I'm recording right now, because
Okay, then.
why not? Here. I'll face you a little more. I wish you and Dylan traded seats, but whatever, that works. That works. Just speak very loudly. Or stand up anytime you want to talk. Dill?
And I actually added a skin tone to her.
Yeah, you should add more skin tones to
And-
your drawings.
Wait,
Oh, you
and
skipped it?
And also this girl.
Yeah, it looks a lot better. I like that.
And does her hair look okay?
Yeah, her hair looks fine. Why?
Because I don't know. Sometimes I look at it and I think it looks kind of weird.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry about that, Lily. I'm sorry you think it looks weird.
And I don't know what to put as her background because this is supposed to be a sketchbook where I do more full color things.
Do a ballroom scene or something.
Um,
Do David Bowie's, like the glass balls falling down or whatever thing. Put him in the background. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. Or just leave it like that. I think it's fine.
Okay, because she gave me some of hers. That's why I was gonna find out. Are you guys doing something on recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, I had no idea.
It's podcast
And I
time.
said I kind of get embarrassed of you and Dylan here while we're recording.
You know what?
I thought
I'm
you.
just being myself. So.
I thought you get embarrassed too when
Well,
you're.
I feel embarrassed when I hear my own voice because it's awful. It's an awful. I don't know.
What's the awful part about it?
I sound like I'm nasally or something.
Actually,
or
it's-
something.
You think you sound a
Brutal.
little more nasally than you hear yourself? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like when I talk, I don't hear that at all, actually. But when I hear my voice, I go, "Oh, what is that?" It's awful, but a lot of people do that, right?
My
So-
voice all the time, every time I hear myself, it's a lot deeper than I hear myself.
I think you guys sound deeper, actually.
That's what a lot of people say, but I hear myself very, very, like, I hear it like a little higher than that. Like, I don't know why. And then as soon as I hear myself, I'm like,
My voice
oh.
pretty much sounds normal to me when I'm talking, right? Because, I mean, that's what I'm used to hearing, for one. But, you know, it just seems like anyone else's voice.
When I do
But
any...
when I hear my own, when I hear it from recording, I think, oh, it's like that.
That's me. It's also, I think, because your body knows your voice, so when it starts to hear itself,
Yeah, it's like...
it's off-putting. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, like, how can I hear it? Where am I? Is there another one of me?
It's probably why we got put off a lot by, like, in the early days of parrots who could mimic voices and sounds super easily.
Hey,
Probably really put off by them.
hey, remember?
Sometimes when I really try, I can sound like... I can make voices at times and do little imitations of things or whatever.
No, you
I
can't.
used to be able to more so because things have changed. I feel like with... I don't know, never mind.
Yeah, a lot of people, they gotta like warm up those
Mom,
muscles.
do you
and
know
all that
how you
stuff.
sounded like when you were a kid?
Do you remember what you sounded like as a kid?
Not a lot, no.
I feel like in
Oh,
recordings, like I have recordings all the way back from like when I was 14, and I feel like I don't sound all that different from what I sound like now. I really, to my ears, I don't really sound all that different. If I closed my eyes and you played me a clip, I'd probably recognize the video or whatever clip you're playing it from based off of the background noise rather than my voice.
Grandma was talking about going to school and saying something about if I could go with her, but I don't know if I want. I mean, I'm kind of in the air. I just want to be able to actually get a ride home, not too long, not to be rude or anything, but like I don't want to wait till 10:30 when Joey's off.
Okay.
Do you want to wait till
Sorry, Lily.
No, I don't either.
Go ahead.
Not ready yet either, but
Okay, I know
it's
that.
kind of like if she says she's going out, I almost am trying to keep my ears open and say, well, like, and catch the ride when she's going out, but not right this minute. Or just when she's already in the car, you know what I mean? Because she takes her time to hang out in the car. So,
I get
Like,
you. Yeah.
Well, once you said like she was wanting to go to the store,
and she did want me to go with her, and if he could stay here, I guess. Which I had, if I change him first, I'm sure you wouldn't mind, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, well, we'll go DM first, so it's change him, I guess. And then, you don't care if I go with her,
um,
what do
no.
you want me to get for you?
I only have $3. I wanted to get. Well, I wanted you to get cookies.
And cookies are $4.
Fine, I'll get some cookies for you, I guess.
Would you want to take this anyways?
Yeah, just take your money. Put it in the snacks up here or something. Or keep it yourself, I don't care.
Yeah, she's
Whatever.
super hesitant on that.
Ooh,
Give me a goofy look of it.
Where did I put my bathroom hat? I'll just go grab the things and bring it here and do it here because there's enough room over here. He's only a guy. So I'm just gonna change him and then if you want the clothes.
All right, cool. Lily, what were you saying earlier before Mom came in? All that stuff.
I don't know. But I was going to say, hey, remember I said like how I don't like it when I show people what I drew and they say it makes them think of another person's art. That annoys me.
You mean
so
another
much.
thing, another person, another property?
Yeah, that
Like-
annoys me so much.
Why?
Um,
Lily, everything is derived off of everything. Okay, okay. Here's the part where I don't get that. I don't get this insult because it's not an insult. If anything, it's a compliment because it makes them. It's making them think. That's the thing. And here's the thing: we will make our brains make connections no matter what. There will be things. No, there's no like video feed or anything.
Here, please. Stand up, please.
Dylan, please listen to Mom. Thank you. Okay, just don't talk about what you're doing.
I'm not.
Thank you. Okay, so like people are going to make connections because that's what our brains are built to do, patterns. Like it's literally what our brain like has built over like thousands of years, okay, Lily? It's not your fault and it's not anything to really do with your art. It's just the way our brain works. If you drew a damn square, you know what they would go? Like if you drew a rectangle, a square with like one color in it, but it hued off in one corner, like just going to pure black, like, and the border was much thicker there, but it wasn't astray or uneven. It was like, oh, somehow like an optical illusion or something. People would be like, oh, that reminds me of this other thing, even though it could have been like completely from your brain, right? You didn't think of that, but it made them think of it because that's something. Also, normally when they're thinking of something that reminds them of, it's normally something that they liked. Why would they have remembered it otherwise, right? So it's something they like. So in some ways, they're liking what. And you know what? Maybe sometimes they'll be watching that thing that they thought of but couldn't find the name of or whatever, right? That your thing reminded them of, right? And then, they're watching it, but then they go, oh, that reminds me so much of this art thing that Lily made or something. They could do that, you know? Like, it can go both ways.
Am I the only one who, gets annoyed about this?
No, there's plenty of people I have known who get upset over, like, getting their art, like, compared, or not even compared, but, like, just... it mentions or reminds them. Jake doesn't, or used to not like it as much when I said this show is a lot like this show, and he's like, it's not though, and it's like, but it is because it reminds me of that. Like that, you can't stop that. That's what makes it. Yeah, exactly. Like, and he has come more into terms with that, really. But he used to be like that.
Oh well, that I don't get, but if it's my own thing, it's just that's
No, but it's the
thing.
same thing because I'm
Well,
like,
I guess,
this thing that I'm starting to warm up to. I know why I like it. It's a lot like this thing, right? But oh no, it's not. It's not like that. It's different because it's not that, and it's like. Well, it can be like it because maybe the thing that they have in common is that I like it. Right?
Well,
I don't
and also
know.
sometimes I just don't see what like the person is talking about.
Well, that's because it's not your eyes, Lily.
And
Also,
I just think, idiot.
I think
Sorry.
to you, idiot, because I'm like, Lily, the whole point of that is it's a type of compliment, honestly.
I don't know.
Unless someone's using it directly to be an insult. Oh, you know what this piece of shit reminds me of? Like, there's no way they could describe. Okay, here's the thing. Normally, when they say that, even if it's about something that is known to be bad, like so bad it's good movies or whatever, if they say your art piece reminds them of that, but it wasn't your goal to remind them of it, maybe just take it in stride. Take it as, oh, that's a thing. Look into that thing if you know it or not, right? And try and see what they see. And then maybe either, if you really don't want to remind them of that, then step yourself away from, like, in any kind of reference of it. But if you want them to be reminded of something, then step, like, more towards it, right? Like, just research the thing and then either, like, take that element, like, what could have them reminded of that property, whatever they compared your art piece to, and like that's where you gotta like start to be flexible about where you're going with it. Okay. Also, the thing is, you can just accept it and say, oh, that's cool, I'll look into it.
I've heard some stories of people saying, like how they were called a rip-off by a bunch of people, like,
And that can happen from too many comparisons. Here's the thing. One could be made before the property was ever a thing or something, and then they're being compared to that property, like but that property is only being mentioned because it's popular. You can point it out. That's why dating your work is a very good thing, because you can say like, wow, like for some reason the universe, including myself, like back in the day before Coraline or whatever, like, oh, I loved drawing little girls, like creepy little girls and cats, like out in the woods, with long fingered trees and creepy shadows and stuff, and broken down dolls and houses, and it's like, oh, well, there you go. See, like that's Coraline aesthetic. But then if you date the drawing, like if you look at the drawing, or maybe even see pictures that are photographic proof of when you made it before, or like whatever the era of Coraline, like whenever Coraline came out, then you can prove to people, hey, I'm not a rip-off artist or ripping off. Like, I liked that, and guess what? I like Coraline a lot because, oh, it was a part of, like, like that kind of shit. Like, I get that some people can get a little discouraged when it gets to that level. Being called a ripoff is the insult. But if you say it in a way that are like from a person who is well known for liking the ripoffs better than the actual movies, or who reviews nothing but ripoffs, like take IAG for example. He in one way or another, kind of has a guilty pleasure towards the weird crap he had to watch, right? He had to watch through all sorts of slums of ripoffs and stuff, but he still kind of likes those characters. So when he mentions them, or like, whatever, to like comparing things, like he probably says, that thing isn't as bad as this Cars ripoff or whatever, right? Or if he says, oh, it's just like this, but better, but better, but better the butter.
Another thing that kind of did annoy me well, was that when this used to happen, where when I drew a blonde girl, people would ask if it was me. And that even though nothing else about it looked like me.
Okay, I get it. That can be a bit annoying, right? Like,
'Cause,
but you just answer people then. I get that can be annoying. Like, right? That it's not a self-insert character, and it's not you, right? In any way. but it's a blonde character. And people like, okay, then that's the people, whoever's asking, fault for having a lack of imagination and taking a suspense of disbelief, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, suspension of disbelief, because like it's their lack of creativity then, right? And that's another thing, Lily. It's their lack of creativity then if they can't like, if they do nothing but say, "Oh, you're just drawing blah 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 fan art," then that's an insult, you know? Like that's an insult if you weren't and you don't know what they're talking about or whatever, right? Like that's the insult. But them saying, "Oh, this reminds me of this thing," right? That's them just being reminded of it. They're not saying that you're flat out trying to draw that or trying to insert that or anything.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna get over that though.
Well, then in the industry, if you really wanted to be an artist, you're gonna have to get over it. Because you know what? You're gonna reference your own art all the time and everything too. I'm not saying it's impossible, but that's the point. Also, Lily, I wanna say. Okay, the point I'm trying to make also is, eventually, if you put your work out there enough, they'll recognize your work then, right? They'll recognize your style. But in the beginning, you're going to be compared to something. And eventually, you're going to be compared to yourself.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, me and her are about to leave, I guess.
Okay.
Okay? And did you want anything other than the cookies?
No.
Okay, and then just do your best to help keep an eye on Julian. I hope he doesn't get too fussy or anything. He has the tablet and my phone.
Okay. Can you stop that, man?
Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is, like, just put yourself out there enough, Lily. That's why sometimes posting a whole bunch of shit at once can show that you're that artist. You're like, you have your work done, you have your style, like, going through its transformation, and this is where you're at, right? Like, or you could just post gradually, like you're doing, but eventually you will be compared to yourself, right? But the whole point right now is there are a whole lot more things out there than your work than there is your work, right? There's a whole lot of other stuff to compare your work to. And whether you know it or not, Lily, you could be subconsciously, because everything of our past can influence what we're doing right now, right? So sometimes it's just even the memory, or like, oh, why did I like this shape of this ears? Like, it's not because it reminded you of anything, but it's from something that you liked, and you remember you liked that shape. It may not be something from what you liked, but you know you liked whatever it is that helped you make that ear, that nose, whatever, right? Whether you know it or not, like, maybe you're not throwing names out there, but you're throwing out things that also your work reminds you of, okay? That isn't your own work.
How about anything that's like in here?
Let me see. Let me look.
Okay,
I mean, literally, Lily, you're making like girls based off of the zodiac signs, right? What if someone came up and said, "Oh man, that reminds me so much of the zodiac sign"? What are you gonna say? Are you gonna be insulted?
No.
That's stupid, right? It's just as stupid to me as like, oh, that scorpion tail. It reminds me of the scorpion. Oh man, thinking of scorpions, the weirdest scorpion I ever saw. It makes me think of weird scorpions, and the weirdest scorpion I ever saw was the stop motion one in the fight in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I don't know. Like.
Would you be insulted? Because then I just compared it to another thing, right? Like.
Or it just whenever like people do that though, I never know how to respond. Like I'm just kind of quiet because I don't want to really say that I don't like it when people do that, because Because
That's the other
they
thing.
might question it.
Well, yeah, it's kind of pondering, right? Like, why? Okay, why? Like, why? What? Why don't you like people? Or how? How could you? It is something that has to be questioned. Like, there's a follow up question to it if you say that. Like, but if you are in, okay, here's the thing. If you're being compared to an artist that is obviously world renowned, world known, like a big shot artist, right? Are you gonna be insulted if like someone says, "Oh man, that reminds me of like Picasso or whatever"? Are you gonna be insulted over that? It's like everyone knows Picasso and what his art looks like, right? So it's like, how could like, that's something ingrained in everyone's mind, right? Are you gonna be upset over that?
well, I don't know. Like the only the best response I could maybe give to like if they question it is like, well, it's I don't know, it's kind of disheartening when when I'm have worked hard on something and it just makes them think of something else. Um,
But maybe they want more of it, of what you're exactly doing. You ever hear of how people go like, "Oh man, it's Mad Max plus this movie, and it's amazing, and I want more of Mad Max plus this." You know, just supply them with that. Just because you remind them of it doesn't mean like it's bad. And I get that you understand that. I guess
But-
like I hear that you understand that. Maybe I should move on to.
But-
I'm sorry you feel that way. It's gonna happen a lot through your life as an
And
artist.
also, well, what's important to me is that the first person who likes my drawings is me.
Yeah, then there you go. Right?
Like,
What? Okay, what do you mean by that?
like, what if, with that more people wanting more thing, what if I just don't like that, thing? What if I don't like that drawing of mine?
How did they see it if you didn't like it?
I don't know. I still kind.
You post things even if you don't like what you've drawn?
No, I show people in my life.
Okay,
Like-
fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. You don't have to draw it though. That like if they say, "Oh man, I would love more of that," then they would love more of that. But that doesn't mean you have to make it, right? I didn't say you have to make it.
Okay. But are you gonna say anything like about those drawings in the sketchbook?
Oh, like they're fine, Lily. Oh, okay. What do you want me to say? They're just the ladies. You showed me these ones. Fuck.
Well, no, I
My fucking
meant
phone.
like if I showed never mind.
If you showed what? What do you mean?
Like they don't look like anything else.
You mean do they remind me of anything?
Yeah, that's the whole point, like, of...
Yeah, they kind of, some of them do remind me of things, but that's because they have culture attached to them, and that's not your fault. Those things are ingrained with some of those cultures, right? And those cultures are also shown and represented in other characters that are supposed to be representing those cultures and shit like that, right? Like the wristband things reminds me of Wonder Woman or whatever. It's not the same type, but it reminds me of that because, and
Don't-
here's...
Hey, don't go anywhere.
Go back over there. You're staying in this area. Thank you. Sit
I
down.
just touched that and it's wet.
So, it's a towel. That's the point right
Well, it's gross that it got on my hand.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. You want to take a paper towel and wipe your hand?
Now it doesn't feel wet anymore.
Well, then, good job.
Don't go
Dylan,
anywhere.
please. I don't
Okay.
want to have to manhandle you. Like, please, just sit down. I love that you're sitting here and you're... Whatever. Look, Lily, it's your it's your feelings. I'm not gonna stop you from having you feel how you feel. I am trying to help you convince you, I guess, to not feel this way, because as soon as you like realize how kind of dumb it is, like, it, I don't know. I get that if you create, I feel like you're just not over this phase yet. Okay, because I also had somewhat a phase like this, but honestly, to me, I guess it was brief, because I didn't try and show off every piece of my work much. I don't know. Like, you're getting it a little more often because of how much you show it off to me, Jacob, and Mom and stuff, and honestly, I feel like it may pass for you. I know you don't know if you're really gonna get over it, but it all depends with time, right? Character notes, ideas, sketchbook. Yeah, nice. The girls remind me of things, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head either. Like,
Okay then.
I don't know. This reminds me of Mexican culture a lot, like because they wear ponchos, and they have that crap on it all the time. The mermaid just makes me think of the Harry Potter mermaids because of the way the webbed ears are and shit, but they're not as like Lily.
Okay, sorry. I was just thinking.
It's like you looked disheartened.
No.
You looked upset. Okay, well that's how I observed you. Sorry, you went from like you just went from a nice big smile to intense look.
I can't smile all the time.
Fair enough. I'm not, but it just looked like you were upset. And also, I thought you weren't paying attention. Fine. Here's your sketchbook. The potted lady reminds me of an enemy from media.
Okay,
And this is more of a concept thing of potted people. There's a guy in old movie history who's this clay pot statue thing, golem thing, and he was created by this wizard guy, and he was made, and then he killed his creator. There's very few footage of him left ever from history, and the actual original scripts and stuff are gone, but the name remains because the title card of the movie or whatever, and a few other things regarding the film. The plot is lost because it's a silent film and everything, but he was made of pot clay, and he was made like a pot, like a pot, okay, but by a wizard to do his bidding, and it was interesting.
Can I have the other one too?
No, I'm gonna keep this one.
No.
Okay, and remember how I said draw something like David Bowie-esque in the background of this one? That's because it kind of does just her. It also reminds me kind of Cinderella-y, but Cinderella was in a blue. That's the Disney version or what? That's dumb, the Disney Cinderella dress. Oh, it's supposed to be amazing. Oh my God, what a big dress! It's like, I don't know. Lady Gaga's made some pretty spectacular outfits. Let me tell you. Okay, I'm sorry, but Cinderella, you got nothing to compare now. I don't know.
And another thing that might be dumb that I kind of don't like is that people who only draw fan art.
People who only draw fan art?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because they're just trying to contribute and amp up their... that's the thing is, they can get work on, reboots or something, or even, being the head artist of... that can still get you a job, and even if you, the artist, only ever draw fan art, eventually you could, if you go into enough genres, you could create your own OC, and then, all that I don't know. It's all about, being able to come up with your own unique character and scenarios for that character, and scenarios with the rules in the world and stuff, and it all depends, right? I think fan art, if someone only draws fan art, that is a bit weird.
I mean, does Jacob ever draw his own stuff.
Oh, are you trying to bash on Jacob now?
Well,
Yeah, that
I'm
look
not-
gives me. Yeah, that gives me an idea
I'm
that
not
you're.
trying to,
Oh,
like,
it sounds like a sibling rivalry up in here. Lily doesn't like it when someone who only draws fan art. Yes, he draws his own stuff.
Okay, I guess me and Mom barely see that.
Oh, when are you gonna create your own characters? What an insulting thing. Just enjoy what he's drawing. Who
okay,
cares?
then,
Whether you know what, maybe some of the stuff he is drawing are original characters, and you just don't fucking recognize it because you think like he's only drawing
What?
fan art.
no, like.
Oh, I don't know about that. Like, I've seen him, watched him draw all his life, and he's created plenty of things from his own mind. Okay?
Okay.
Whatever. Look, he also he's drawing what he likes, just like how. But you know what? He's the complete opposite approach to being compared. He likes. He wants it to look almost exactly, remind people and catch people's eyes of that thing, right? But you're like, oh, I don't want people to think of other things when they're looking at my drawing. But Lily, they need to know, especially if they're strangers,
I-
don't get mad at them because they don't know your style enough then, right?
Okay then. And
Here's another thing. Styles are the way you draw something of your original art, right? But if you were asked to work on a show, Lily, you're going to have to draw or even mimic and definitely remind people of their character that you're helping them create, right?
yeah.
So you need to get used to it. Like the whole, like, I think
I don't know.
it's
don't
so
know if
hard to
I-
explain my feelings on this.
I don't know if I really want to work on someone else's show though.
Well, if you want to be able to have any chance of creating your own, then you better either like just constantly pitch ideas out there, or you better work for someone else for a little bit and find out how it works, right? And
Like,
how to run a show. And
I'm more interested in making graphic novels than like a show.
fine. Then graphic novels, whatever. You can make graphic novels anywhere nowadays, right? Like, so it's fine. I get it. Look, I feel you understand what I'm trying to say, right? And I
Yeah.
understand that you feel the way you feel. It's just the way you feel about it. It's dumb. But don't bash on Jacob for, like, only ever seeing fan art of, like, what he does. So what?
I guess I just appreciate original art more.
Well, you know what? Things aren't as original as you think.
Well, the stuff that I see that like I think is original art, I've never like seen it anywhere else. Is all.
Well, because they're probably the place you're seeing it. But as soon as you see something like them, but it's not them, you're going to say, oh, it reminds me of them, right?
No, it's just that maybe they are drawing that thing, and I just didn't know it. Like.
That's what I'm saying, Lily. Like, but what if they say, no, I created this original thing, but it reminds you of a thing that you.
Oh, then I would say, oh, I'm sorry. Then, I didn't mean to do that.
But that's what they're doing to you. They don't mean to do it, Lily. That's just what they're doing, right? Dylan, please, the volume.
Man.
Thank you. All right, man. Look, whatever. Look, Lily, that's what's gonna happen in the world. I'm sorry that you feel that way. Get your work out there enough, then. Get it out there enough where people will recognize your work, then, and compare other people to your work. How about that? Feel the satisfaction of people reminding other people of their artwork, of you, like, oh, because like your artwork is recognized in theirs. Get to that point, okay? It's not on purpose. No one is ever doing it on purpose, okay? It also, I'd say just try and take it like a compliment. The whole point of them mentioning it, like I keep saying, is because they like that thing, whatever it is.
Well, I don't think of it as like an insult either, though. It's just okay, whatever. I'm gonna try not to think about it, even though I sometimes end up
All right, fine.
What, man?
I'm sorry about that, Lily. Whatever. Okay. Let's talk about other things. Okay. Let's talk about Anna's Ghost, because I haven't read the whole thing yet, but apparently you have. Talk about it with me then.
Okay.
Anya's Ghost. That's what it's called, right? Dylan,
Yeah.
please do not mess with that. Thank you. Dylan messing with the microphone. I appreciate your patience and presence. Still, it's nice. It's a good change of pace, honestly. And I feel like I'm not going crazy just talking in circles with this one here.
Well,
Okay, tell me about it. Come on.
I don't know where to start.
Start anywhere. Start about what you dislike about it. What's the fucking worst thing about it? What's the thing that you wish you could change that is fucking stupid in
I
that
don't
piece
think-
of shit garbage book, and it ruins the whole thing for you, or almost
don't
ruins
think-
the whole thing for you?
I don't
What's the
think
worst
any-
fucking thing from it? Come on, tell me.
I don't think there's anything.
Oh, well,
Well, why don't we go grab the book?
no. We gotta talk about it through memory.
Like, well, what do you remember of it?
I didn't read the whole thing. I remember up to the cafeteria scene in the very beginning. That's what I remember. I remember I really like how they depict time passing with her looking up at the sun and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I like that, right? Like, and I like how, yes, incidentally, she got a little pinky piece or whatever stuck in her backpack because she dropped all her shit on the floor because she was trying to look at some stuff that would have helped her get out
And
or what to eat, right?
Actually, near the end, you find out that Emily put that pinky in her bag, so she could come with Anya.
Oh, so she did it. Okay, whatever. I like that aspect of it. I like that its rules are very consistent. Of she can only see the ghosts, right?
I think so, or like,
What do you mean you think so?
Well, because
You
I
tell
think-
me then. Contradict my statement. I don't know.
think Emily is just always hidden, whenever
Trying to hide.
trying to hide whenever someone else is around.
Okay, fair enough. Fine.
And also she can shrink small too.
She can change her size and shape. I like how she's not really. She's bound to only a few things in the world. Her bones. Okay. I like how she helps her cheat on the test or whatever. I like how the girl doesn't just get out of the hole with no consequence. She was questioned on like where she was, and she like broke her hand. She sprained her hand or something, right? Or what?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. And then all that. That's nice. I like how it's not like this is not an American as the main character, is it?
No.
I thought it was
she's-
Russian, right?
Yeah, she's from Russia. And
Okay, see, like I like
and-
that.
I don't think like
You know what I fucking hate though?
what.
I hate that it's in black and white. I hate that it's a gray palette. It's a bluish gray palette.
Oh, it reminded
Gross.
me of purple though.
I'm insulted.
Why? Just the color isn't bad. Like to do that with. Never mind.
I'm just pulling your chain. I'm yanking your chain, Lily. That's all.
But is that something you actually don't like?
No, I'm just yanking your chain. You mean dislike? I do wish it was in color. If it was in color, it'd bring a little more liveliness to it, make things more in depth, all that stuff. But it also depends on how they depends on how if I can talk right. It does depend on how you color it though, for the depth to show and all that. But it would be nice and interesting for them to color it. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's fine. We're just talking a book called Anya's Ghost.
And not only is she Russian, I don't think she lives in America.
Yeah, see, like
Like-
that's the part I like. I don't like it when America's like America's becoming boring and definitely not the place to have
like where like I think
graphic novels based on anymore.
I think I read that this takes place in New England.
Okay, then there you go. Awesome. Not America. Like it. Bam. Good. What about you? Come on, list something. You read the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Then
should
talk
I
about it.
Should I explain the whole like?
Explain past the cafeteria scene. Like what? Okay, what are some major plot points that I haven't read yet? The mom
well-
finds the ghost or something, like stuff like that. The principal, she gets expelled. Oh,
Well-
she, the girl, she gets in a gang or something. I don't know. Like tell me stuff like that. Like big
Anya-
events.
Well, there's this boy named Sean that she likes.
Fair enough. Okay, keep going.
And when she bumps into him, Emily she somehow like gets Anya to like she says they're going to this party, and she somehow got Sean and his girlfriend to be able to pick her up to go to the party, and like basically, well, Emily is trying to get Anya and Sean together,
Keep going.
but at the party, Anya finds out that this guy is a total creep, and he regularly cheats on his girlfriend with her knowledge, because when Anya finds them later, the girlfriend is outside the door of the bathroom, and they try to lie and say the guy is trying to help this other guy who is drunk and sick, when really there's another girl in there.
So the girl knows that the boy's cheating?
Yeah.
Oh, then this just sounds like that sounds like an open relationship, not really cheating.
But
Is she really like oblivious to it? Like does she actually not know it's a girl in there?
no, the girlfriend is like it didn't seem like an open relationship,
Like it's
because,
open but not by her choice, I bet. Like that's
yeah,
but she's
because-
ashamed of it, so she lies to others as if like, "Oh, no, like cheating, what are you talking about?" Like cuz she'd rather act oblivious to the crowd
like
and be a victim than be like, "Why'd you let him do that?" Like, you know, cuz then it's like, "Oh god, you're starting to really get intense on the like one of the victim here, like that sucks." But yeah, like Grandpa said, like maybe intimidated by him or something.
hold on.
Well, you know what a cuck is?
What?
Do you know what a cuck is?
No.
How should I explain this? It's just someone who, with the acknowledgement like that their partner is having, sexual relations with other people, like knowingly. It sounds like that, or like, but in a willing sense. And sometimes the mindset is like, this is what could also be part of the intimidate. Like, oh, she's intimidated is maybe she feels she can't satisfy him or something, or because his satisfaction was obviously not met like with hers or whatever, she caught him cheating once and then kind of accepted it or something because she's like, oh, I guess like, and that can happen like for anyone, right? So
Yeah.
and it sounds like that's just what's happening.
And here's how it goes. The girlfriend says, I can hear you thinking it, so go ahead and say it. Why are you... then Anya says, why are you just standing there, keeping watch? We've been together for 3 years. I know Sean so well. Sure, he gets bad at parties, but I'm the one he's seen with. I'm the one people look at and know that's his girlfriend. Don't you understand? I love him.
Yeah, it sounds like it's more willing than not. Lily, that sounds exactly... Yeah, that sounds pretty willing to me. It's like... Because that's also the justification, it sounds like, from actual cucks out there, which they'll say, like, oh, who cares? Like, I'm the one married to the person, or I'm the one, like, I'm the one that is with them most of the time. Like, that's one aspect of life, right? And it's like...
You know that he's going to come home eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
He's done with the other one.
Like, so, but that's...
Consolation, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, honestly, that's between them and whoever they're also allowing into this, like, their circle of that. So, and that's between them. And if it works, it works because that's between them and they have found a way, right? And for
But-
some people, that's how it is for, like, decades in their life.
But the scene
Yeah,
that
it's-
happens before that goes like, hey Elizabeth, oh, it's you, hey, what are you doing up here? Where's Sean? Oh, Sean's in the bathroom. Preston had too much to drink and Sean's helping him out. Really? I saw Preston downstairs. He didn't seem that bad. Oh, yeah, he just got into the Jagger and, hey Liz, who are you talking to out there? Then, he comes out and goes like, wait, that's the wrong,
Okay. But this is in the one book, right?
yeah.
And there's only one book of this. There's not like this isn't a series or anything.
No.
Okay. Where's Jacob? He's supposed to be hanging out with us today.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Wait, he's with Tony in there? What the hell is he?
We're playing games.
Those dick bags? They're supposed to be out here.
I thought you saw me there.
No, I didn't. I hadn't gone in yet. I haven't gone in like a little bit before I got my grilled cheese sandwich. Okay, well I'll go grab him in a minute, then, because that's a bit mean. I was expecting him to come out here. I'm like waiting for him and everything. What the hell? It's a me and Jacob day, anyways. Like me and Sarah have scheduled this out, and it's mine and Jacob's day. What the hell? Whatever. That's fine.
Well, anyways, he comes out like,
Oh.
she,
Okay.
she is asking, how's Preston? And he says, and then you can hear a girl giggling in the bathroom, and he's like, oh yeah, Preston, of course. Yeah, he's looking pretty rough. I think he's done in the bathroom, so I've just got him lying down in there. Sean, who's that you're talking to? Keep it down, Amber. Amber, Matt's girlfriend, Amber.
That's what Anna's saying, or
Yeah, Anya's
sorry,
saying that.
Anya.
Then Sean says, oh yeah, she helped me drag Preston up here. Sean, I'm getting bored in here by myself. and he says, listen, I know this looks, forget it. You're cool, right, Anya? And then, hold on,
It sounds like they're just putting face on for Anya there.
and then, Sean,
Ah,
dude!
No. Okay, don't. This is recorded, so don't say that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And then Sean says, and I have to say, you look,
Stop. Stop that.
dude,
Stop. Stop.
and sit up. Sit up. So then he says, and I have to say, you look really good tonight. You can come and hang out with us if you want. Then she sees the girlfriend looking like she's I don't know how to describe.
Like kind of like sour face.
Yeah. And then Anya says, no. So then she says, no, I'm good. Well, suit yourself. You know where I am if you change your mind. And then he says to Elizabeth, maybe a bit more of a signal next time, Liz.
Well then,
Stop, man.
Okay. Still sounds like she's kind of going along with it, but in a reluctant way.
Stop, man.
self-control. You're sitting there next to your sister. Come on.
Yeah, please. Okay. Well, it sounds like like exactly what we said. Like it sounds like she's going along with it willingly, but reluctantly. Like she's going along with it, aware of it,
Okay,
but not fully on board, but not stopping it. It sounds like either.
yeah, but after this, Anya decides that the guy is a creep and also kind of a douchebag for this.
Yeah. Then she doesn't go for him, right? That's
Yeah, but Emily is still insistent on that they're in love.
Who says they're completely wrong? Like Lily, I just said how there are relationships that work that way. So I mean,
No, like that. Emily is convinced.
oh,
that
Anya and Sean are in love.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Okay, sorry. I missed the name.
And
there.
Anya says to Emily, didn't you hear what happened? There was another girl in there with him. And Emily is like, you could have gotten rid of her. You two are meant to be.
It sounds like Anya just is desperate and doesn't know. I'm kidding.
No,
It's
like,
Emily. Yeah, sorry. Anya knows. I'm getting the names mixed up. Okay. All right. Well, I think I want to get Jacob and have him and Tony join us for out here because I think that'll be an interesting conversation. Don't you think? I'll be right back. I gave the option, they're just gonna sit in the fucking living room. That's what people do. Every time it's an option for them. Not, oh, I'll expect you out here then. Whatever. Lily, what are you doing? Were you guys sitting here in silence?
Oh, basically.
Oh. Whatever. Anyways, I feel like that was
Party game.
huh?
Kind of a party game.
It kind of is. It's the silent game. It's a great car ride game. I'll tell you that. Nah, but yeah. What do you think, Lily? Is this a good episode of the podcast? We had a good debate, a good conversation, and we talked about Anya's ghost.
I won the debate, right?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You listen back and and hear whether or not you won this argument.
I believe I did.
All right, you can believe whatever the damn hell you want. You can believe a bunny with a giant toe created the universe, okay? But that don't say the facts, sister. All right, sounds like we had a great episode. We'll acknowledge this and talk about other things next time because Anya's ghost is a dead topic now. Except it's not, because we'll be reminded of it in other things we read. So, anyways, we'll talk about other things next time. Other books, another book. That's what I'll tell you. Another book. Next episode.